Thanks for that, Renata. Meanwhile, we know former President Donald Trump opted to speak at the UAW workers to them in Michigan amid their ongoing strike with Detroit's big three automotive companies.
I put everything on the line to fight for you. I've risked it all to defend working class.
All right, and so with that, we've got our political analyst with us. The talents John Daigle have really lend themselves perfectly to talking about a debate between his work at Daigle Creative. Your firm trains folks how to do political debate, and your work at UNF teaching political communication. So we appreciate your time this morning.
John, let's jump right into this. We were talking a little earlier. A lot would say it wasn't a good debate. We saw a lot of back and forth arguing this time around. You couldn't hear some folks talk. Overall, your thoughts about things?
It was hard to watch. I think that's a general consensus. I mean, it was a terrible format. The moderators were not good. The candidates were struggling. It was hard to watch, and not a lot of people probably made it all the way through the 2-hour format.
Okay, so then let's put your professional hat on. And let's look at Governor Ron DeSantis then. And if you were coaching, if you were saying, hey, this is my candidate, I'm going to teach this man how to debate. First of all, you're great on his performance. And second of all, what would you tell his people to do?
Well, I think DeSantis and Governor Haley both were two that definitely improved their performance from the first debate. They both had great lines, but so much of DeSantis' remarks, even though some of them were on point and good, they were so overly scripted. I mean, it seemed like one of the first things we talk with candidates when they're preparing debates or speeches is it's less about what you say and more about how you say it. 20 minutes after most debates or speeches, very few people can remember exactly the detailed points of what you said, but they remember the impression you leave on them, and that's what sticks with people and often gets people to change their vote. Yeah. DeSantis, even though his answers were strong, he was so scripted and so robotic at times that he just didn't have that connection that former President Trump does have with a lot of Republican voters.
And speaking of former President Trump, he obviously was not there for a second time. Your thoughts to see that happen? Well,
you know, that's why in a lot of ways this debate was sort of emblematic of the Republican primary in general. Is it relevant? Does it matter? I mean, most of what we're talking about here is if something happened that made Trump not electable, if for some reason he was not in the way, who would be next up? And so a lot of this debate, even though it was fairly irrelevant, it's a lot like the Republican primary in general at this point with, you know, 2 or 3 months out from the Iowa caucuses.
So it does seem a little bit like performance art at this point, right? Because by far and away, President Trump is leading in all polls. Yeah. Right. It seems like we're dead set on a Trump-Biden rematch, but you look at this stage full of people. Are there hopes that, are they just doing this in case he somehow gets convicted of something, or are they trying to make cases to be running mates? Well, what are they doing?
It's troubling for those, because what a lot of Republican voters really want to see up there is probably a debate of Trump versus somebody like Mitt Romney or Liz Cheney, sort of the two different sides of the Republican Party, and we didn't get that. We had a lot of people, none of them really, a couple of them took shots at Trump, but none of them went directly at him, other than Christie, who that's his main role in this primary. But we're really lacking the debate over what is the heart of the Republican Party right now.
John Daigle, as always, we appreciate you coming out here. Overall, scale of 1 to 10, this debate gets a
6.
Yeah. Oh, that's higher than I thought you would give it. All right, thanks for that, John. We appreciate you.